Hello and welcome back to episode 30 of this series. Oxygen not included, modded. Again, all mods are set up for you and the link will be in the description of the video. So this is episode 30. I'm hoping to do a little bit of a longer episode here, just as a little treat or a sort of a milestone. Bit of fancy art that Duplicates did for us while I was waiting for some things to happen. So I'll leave that there also. So what actually happened was we did this got vacuumed out as were planned, and then I've put all of the hydrogen in there. So as you can see, each square has around a kilo. It's not as much as I wanted, but it's going to have to do. Let me put them back so I can see what's going off. So it'll be interesting to see where the giant 40-hour draw is, what planet it will be on. Anyway, so nothing else happened really while they were doing that. As you can see, things are happening. What are these actually sucking up now? Let's have a quick look at that actually. Anything is the answer. Anything. You can see they're sucking up. This is why this is very a small amount of oxygen's here, but it's all coming through here anyway. So this was only to clean up the chlorine and stuff that was taken over down here. So what I'm going to actually do is delete all of this and this and let that settle. There's no reason for the oxygen to just be moved around over and over again. It's a waste of electric as well. Before I continue, I'm just going to check the pipes to make sure I haven't broke any that are actually relevant. No, but all of these gas pipes are now irrelevant because we don't actually have the items that we wanted. So I will get them to get rid of all of this. That way when it comes to actually building stuff, we of course will have a better understanding of what we're actually doing instead of putting down pipes around things that don't even need to be there. Okay, there we go. So that's much cleaner. So as it stands, we now have these steam turbines as they are. They're ready to go, I think. I'm not sure what's going to happen exactly. You're going to be watching it with me. So let's have a look at these long commutes. Yeah, that's fine. So plumbing. We want a liquid pump. I mean, we don't need a liquid pump. We just need to get a bit of water in there. So let's go plumbing, liquid pipe. Clearly we can see that there is a liquid pipe here already. What is this one here? This is the oil one that's not running. And this is the sieves, the dirty water going. Right, let's clean this out as well. I'm just going to clean out some of these old pipes. Only because it makes a lot less mess moving forward. Okay, that looks better already. This pipe is not actually going anywhere, so we'll get rid of that. This pipe is also not going anywhere, so we'll get rid of that. These sieves are not actually wired up to anything anymore, so we'll get rid of that. And all of this, and all of this. There we go. I'll leave the actual sieves there, just in case I want to use them in the future, because the dirty water is being dumped in here, slowly but surely. This pipe is dead as well, so we'll get rid of that. And I think this is for petroleum and oil, yes. This is for when we use the teleporter, so I'll shrink that down. Let's have another look up here. This is for the drainage, the cooling system. I'm not going to touch that. So is all of that and all of that. And this is where the oil comes in when it works. And this pipe goes... Oh, this is toilets. So another toilet pipe. And then that goes into there. That's fine. Okay. And then I will deconstruct that vent while I'm here. And this one. Okay. Well, it's certainly tidier, so there's a start. So we can... do I actually care about planting anything here? While I've got this obvious... Oh, Oh, that's... If I click and hold, that does all sorts of weird things there that I don't like. We don't need any more of them. Balm lily seeds. We certainly don't need any more thistle. What's... Can't remember. I think these need to glow. They grow in chlorine. Yeah, so we can do that again, like we did the carbon dioxide one up top. Though I have deleted all chlorine we've got available to us, so they need to be very warm. And they need chlorine. Balm lily flower, 200 grams. I'm assuming that's medication or wide range of medicinal applications. So that's for doing some medicines or some vitamins later on. So I think I'll use that for that actually, but we're not going to get to that because we're obviously working on the Steam and we need to get that running. Also, I noticed while the thing was loading, by the way, there was at one time, and you can see it down here, liquid. That's come from these. These are the natural gas fillers, and you can see it is running. There is natural gas. So there it goes. Not much, but there is. And you can see it's backed up there. It's backed up, backed up, backed up. Oh, I see. It's backed up because these aren't running because they're automated from this. So what we can actually do... Oh, do I want to disable these, though? Is there a way to automate? Where's the cable? Not really. I'm just trying to think, what's the temperature like in it? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. They're not. As you can see, this room is lovely and cool, so it's not a problem. We are using coal, and we don't have much coal left. So once we've got the steam stuff running, I'll probably delete the coal generators as long as it's running sufficiently. So without further ado, let's get this liquid pipe. Here we can... Whoa. I don't know what I was doing there. And then we've got the fluids coming out here. So let's take a pipe along here. And then straight... down here and to there. We'll cancel that. We will cancel that so that we're ready to watch it happen. We will deconstruct them. And take the pipe straight through. Then, with liquid bridges, and I carried straight on, by the way, which is why the mod for the liquid bridges hasn't been done. So that needs to be that way, and that needs to be that way. No, that's wrong. Wait, is that wrong? Yeah, that's wrong. Cancel that. Liquid bridges again. There they are. So it comes out of here into here. So this one needs to be... Oh, I'm always pressing the wrong blooming button. Anyway. Comes out of there. So this one needs to be that way around. And then it goes into this, comes out of here. And then this one needs to be that way around. That's better. There we go. So let them finish off. I don't know why that piece of ladder's there. Can we make that vanish? We can. And then obviously this pipe can go straight through there. Because they were stopping here and then having to go down again. Now they can go straight down. Right. So let's make sure this water pipe is sufficient. And what I'll probably do, when the water starts falling into here, I will cut the pipe at the top and allow that amount, whatever's in the pipe, to drain in and see how it goes. You can put too much in, you can put not enough in, so we need enough pressure to keep all three of these running, but not too much pressure that it makes things break. So if I do that, make that a 9, somebody's going to come over very shortly. You can see it's just here, we're looking, selecting this pipe, you can see it flashes all the way up. We can then do the final piece of this puzzle, which is one final liquid bridge, that way around there. Hopefully they get that in before they go to sleep. They're actually on break at the minute. There it is. That was anticlimactic. I was expecting them to use that. Okay, never mind. So, liquid bridge, deconstruct, and then plumbing, liquid bridge here. Yes. Is this not being used? No. So we'll deconstruct you also. And you if they can reach, and you if they can reach. And they will be able to... Yeah, they can reach, that's good. And then, now we can connect that there. And that there. There's the first bit of water. The first bit of water. That's gonna go poof as soon as it hits the... here it comes. As soon as it hits the lava, it's just going to go poof and fill up that area with lots of steam, but very, very minimal amount of pressure. As you can see, this is siphoning off all of that water. When this one, this very front one here at 25 degrees, hits the dropper, I'm then going to pause it and break this, and that amount of water that you can see. So from there, this straight, and I'm just going to use that as my measuring gauge. But here we go. And what you'll actually see is when we see the water drop from here, this black... There it goes. 500 degrees of steam. And then if we go back on here just to make sure that, yes, it's arrived. So we can now get this liquid bridge, deconstruct it as a high importance. And let's see what happens. So as you can see, there is a significant amount of steam coming out of here. It's running at about 500 degrees. That's okay for me. This steam up here is only minimal, as you can see, but you can clearly see it's starting to try and work. So if I just stop this, just to explain, you can see here where it says steam, and it says 3,241 grams. So that is the amount of steam that's there. You can clearly see that that's thick steam. Up here, they're trying... But there is a vacuum beneath lot because there's not enough steam to suck up and keep it running. And you're only turning 35 grams in that square. So there's 35 grams there. There is 5 kilos there. So as this thick cloud gets to these machines, we should see some significant amount of change. Now, if we go on here, and you can see this is clearly 500 degrees. It's going in, and immediately as it's being sucked up, you can see it's already cooler. 300 degrees, and then it's going through these. Now, how are these doing with the heat? 41. Somebody's scolding. How are we scolding? How are you scolding? Where's the heat problem? I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure how this insulated tile is so hot. Obviously, it must have been there for so long that... Okay, so slow heating. Let's put another wall on all around this to make sure it's capped. Just before we forget to do this, I'm doing it now just to make sure that I don't forget. Because I will, I do. I'd forget to get dressed, to be honest, if it wasn't for being reminded. So let's get the... Oh, I need to prioritise this as an emergency and make sure that's all done. Who else is scolding? You guys should not be going in there. That is turned off. So that's 500 degrees. We don't want to be there. I'm not entirely sure why all of a sudden this heat is 40 degrees where it's transmitting from, but we'll let it be, and let's just get them to crack on with this. That can be turned off. Are they stuck? Looks like they are. So an emergency on here to make sure that these ladders are here to get out again. Like so. Hopefully no one's going to die here, but I may have screwed up a little bit. as they build that insulation around this. Why are we suffocating? There's the resource. What resources do we have down here? Sandstone. Sandstone. There we go. They can escape just in time before they all starve to death, or suffocated to death, should I say. There they go. Right, that was traumatic, but wasn't expected. Here we go. So this is working as well because this lava is hot, right? I mean, you can see it's hot. 1600 degrees. There was lava over here, but it's vanished, and it's not actually vanished. It is now here. Igneous rock. So what's happening is obviously physics, simple physics, and it is a game, but it does use that physics. So as this steam is being turned from 25 degrees to 500 degrees, or what I'm seeing is about 300 degrees, it obviously cools down the magma. The magma, once it gets below a certain temperature, and we can check that, as soon as the magma gets below 1409 degrees, it's no longer at its melting point, and it solidifies. And that is what igneous rock is. So you can see here this puddle that keeps appearing and disappearing. That is the recycled water, as I said. So if we do this, the recycled water is coming out, what we're looking at, yeah, at 94 degrees. I did say around 90. It's going through here. It should go past this, and it's going up ever so slightly, but it seems to be working. Let's have a look. I mean, it is, yeah, it is a bit warm in there. It is a bit warm. But there are no power consumers, so this energy that's being produced is being wasted. Why? I thought I'd connected. No, I'm an idiot. So, there. And then a wire bridge here, and that'll put all of this back together. But that means as soon as they connect this pipe together here, all of the energy that the steam turbines are producing will go into the grid. There you go. Turbine too hot. It's at 100 degrees. What's its melting point, out of curiosity? 1500. Yeah, it's not a problem. So it is too hot. And I did expect that. I did say that. We kind of worked on the basis that it would be. We have a few ways of cooling it down. I'm just trying to ascertain which way I want to do it. Firstly, though, there is enough pressure in here, right? 2,000, 3,000. Yeah, there's plenty of steam, so we don't need any more water in the system. What's happening is the water goes down here, it gets cooled down to the water level, it hits the bottom, combusts into steam from the heat, the steam rises into there, sucks up, uses through that, and drops and recycles over and over and over again. So this is a huge steam room. Now, you would not want to sit in this steam room. This is not a sauna. This would kill you because it's still 400 degrees. But to make these more efficient now, I just need to try and bring the temperature down better in here. And I'm just wondering whether we can use our ridiculous cooling loop. Because why not? So we're already using it to cool that, and then it's being immediately dumped, even though we're not actually using that room. So I can hopefully get, in fact, if I deconstruct that now and all of this and this, like so, and then I can take this across here and do what? Not sure. Well, I can take it through here and try and help keep this room cool. Don't know how well it will work, but we can try. So this pipe's already here. Obviously I want this pipe to go up here. Oh, I don't need to. It's already there. So just to there, and then cancel this and all of this, and deconstruct anything that I just built that I don't actually need, which includes that. And then obviously that includes this here, yes, and this. Okay. So obviously it's not going down there yet because it hasn't got nowhere to go, and I mean it's 99 degrees in here. There's nobody's going to volunteer to do this, right? I mean it's hot. It is hot. And what resources have we got to use? We do have enough to do 3 I'm going to use iron. So we'll do one above there, one above there, and one above there maybe. I could go straight across, but you'll find that if you put too much down, it transfers the heat so quickly that by the time it gets to probably here, it won't be working anymore. So I can do something like that. And then obviously back to insulated, and what do we want? It doesn't matter. And then something like this to connect them, and that. So it'll go there, cool that down, come here, and then what I'm going to do with it? A good question. I've got no idea what I'm going to do with it, because I didn't think that far ahead. What I am going to do with it, though, is take it through the floor. I don't know why I keep making it look so ugly. I mean, I can cover it with wallpaper, but I don't really want to put wallpaper just in unnecessary places. That doesn't make sense. So I don't need a radium pipe. I need this pipe. So then this can go here. And likely this liquid is going to be quite hot. At a guess, it's going to be reasonably hot. Though, to be fair, I mean, it's only 90 degrees in there, right? By design, so... Right, so let's just see if it works first. And there are liquid reservoirs that will fit here. Yes, they will. And if I put them right up here, let's just say 4 as a bit of science. Once we know these things work, we can, of course, make it neater. Or just dump it into space, whatever. Or we can use it to heat something that's cold. Right. So actually, once that's built, it should start to work. Of course, they need to do this. And on that basis, I'm going to... This is 100 degrees. Oh dear. Okay, where's this door? I want another one. No, I don't. You know what? Let's just go for it. I'll wait for them to wake up and we'll pull the trigger. They've woken up. So let's pull the trigger. Click that. Now, they all have access to this. There is only sort of, what are these, 5? Yeah, so about 15 blocks to make. They are going to be scolding when they get in there. But there is an army of them turning up, as you can see. So, with any luck, is that hydrogen transferring? I hope not. No, it's not. That's good. This is a sealed airlock, so even when the doors are open, nothing should transfer. Now delivering the stuff for the radiant pipes. And that... should be it. Yeah, they started scolding right at the last minute. And that should be it. So we should have water on its way now. Whoops, that is not the water button. There it is. Not much. We can increase that if we need to. But what's happening is because when you connect a part like this, it does 1 on 1. So as you can see, it's sending 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. I can improve that. I can fix that. So the question is now, this water is -1, 3, 3. I mean, it's less than 90, right? So let's have a look. There it goes. It's going through the radiant pipe. And as it goes through them radiant pipes, it's going to cool dramatically the air that is present around it. It won't work straight away, but it should. Because then if you look now at this liquid that it's not showing? It's showing the pipe is empty. Yeah, so that insulated pipe has now got polluted water in it that's 58 degrees. So it was 1 degree when it went in. So it's taken 57 degrees away from that room. And each time these pass, that should, and this one here, look, is minus 1.8 degrees. It's now 5 degrees. Where is it? It's now 13 degrees. And then we'll let it go around this corner, and it's now 27 degrees. So you can see that cold is being dumped into this room. It can't be going anywhere else. The only way I might actually... These are still overheating. Obviously, I need to give it time, but I do think that this liquid flow that we are talking about here needs to be improved. And by improved, I mean that I am going to just deconstruct that pipe there for now, because we're not using this room at this minute. So as soon as somebody comes and breaks that pipe just there, hopefully they don't break it while there's water in there, but they could. Depends how smart they're going to not be, or... There you go. Now all of that liquid is going down, and effectively it's twice as effective now. Now, of course, this area here will warm up, because this liquid that's being put in here at 50 degrees is technically... well, it's not technically at all. It's definitely going to be holding that heat. So what we'll do is we'll quickly, before it has chance, build an insulated wall there, and then chuck an insulated door there. And that will mean that whatever heat is trapped in there stays in there for the time being. As you can see now, there's a full row of water on here. So we're now seeing light blue. This is really cooling this area down now. Maybe we need temp shift plates to make it work better. Not sure. We can try. So a temp shift plate does exactly what it says on the tin. It throws the heat out in a better area. It also... Do we have diamond? We do have diamond. Right, okay. Well, I don't want to use diamond. I don't think. Excellent radiation shield. Yeah, we don't need to use diamond for that. Copper is good. But it depends what its overheat temperature is. It's less than 100. So what we can do is... pour... Oh, we haven't got enough. I should have calculated that before I did that. I think... Let's try this one. Coal, excellent radiation shield. Yeah, I'm not looking for a radiation shield. I'm looking for igneous rock. That's a good one. So, I mean, obviously, I'll leave the copper one there because we know it's decent. If there's not enough resources for it, we can make more if we realise that it actually is doing the job that we, or the task that we need. So I'm doing that to try and mix the cold with the hot directly. But of course we need to get them linked in. Okay. So let's open this door again and let them get a bit toasty. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I hope it will be fine. It may be fine. It's looking fine. There is a bit of scolding going on there, but we're alright. Have we run out of resource? I don't think so. It just takes them longer to fetch it because it's in an odd place, because I've not got much of it stored in the proper storage. Now it looks like we've run out. So what I'll do is just quickly do that and make sure that I put in the ones that we actually need. Come on, people. Almost there. One more. And there. And then we'll say you're not allowed in that room again. And we'll check the temperature again. Now, these are orange, right? These have dropped. Steam turbine is 70 degrees. This is working so far. This is working. As you can see, these bars are filling up, which means they're getting more and more efficient. They're creating more and more power. But it's working. I'm probably as surprised as you are. at this point. I have no idea what that is. Sulfur. So, yeah. Sulfur is a gas. No problem. As long as there's more steam in there, that won't be an issue. Obviously, the heat is transferring to various things. So if we click this, you can see that all of these items are very, very warm. But at the same time, the steam is still at a high enough pressure that it's keeping that under control. Now, they do keep flickering up. Let's slow this down a little bit and see if we can see what the actual error that it's throwing up is. Was that overheating? Or was that not enough steam? I think that was not enough steam. That's fine. That's easy to solve. So let's speed this back up again. Let's go back to the temperature gauge. No, the liquid gauge here. And say, okay. How do we connect this without causing problems? Because we don't want anybody going in this room, because this... Actually, 120... It's a lot cooler than I thought it was. That's okay. So... I think because the volcano's not erupted, when it erupts again, it'll reset this heat, but it's cooling down, which is what steam does, right? It's taking the heat away from all of this, cooling it down and doing us a favour. So what I actually want, really, is to get more steam in here, because what it's telling me is there isn't enough. And I kind of agree, because if you look there, there's only 30 grams where it's sucking up the steam. These are running on orange. This bar should be full when it's at its max capacity. The maximum power it can give is 850 watts. We're only actually getting 230 watts. So that needs to be resolved in itself. Right, so I need to try and get more water into... I could just take that pipe over there and it should send it down. It will stop it cooling it. Can they reach this? Unreachable. Alright, well they can reach that one though, right? They can. So somebody's going to come along and do that one, hopefully. That won't be working yet, of course. Here he goes. Done. And then we go here. That's interesting. Okay, then can we deconstruct the liquid pipe in there? We can do that without going in that room, which means that that liquid has to go that way and hopefully join into that and go down. Because all this liquid you're seeing is just recycled. There we go. So now we're adding additional liquid into the system, albeit slower than I would like. We don't really have an option. Yes, we do. Do we? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Right, break that. Okay, and then put it back as it was. Which was like that, right? Because we need to keep that cool in. Then we can add in a pipe here. Yes. Yes. Like so. And then a drain there. And on face value, this might not make no sense, but it will do shortly when they're finished. Yes, they're going to have to go in here on this 130 degrees, but 130 degrees down here is better than, like, many higher than that up there. I don't know why they're going up there to do that. It's a bit stupid, but they really shouldn't be doing that, and they need to stop. So I'll do that now and see where we're at. This guy is an idiot. I've established that's going to be his new name, idiot. Can I change his name? Yeah, I mean idiot's a bit harsh, so we'll just call him Iddy. Okay, his new name is Nicola Iddy. For Nicola Idiot, because he just walks into 500 degree room when he could have done it from this side, And it's 30 degrees. But anyway. And now he's going to walk around slowly, look, because he's hurt himself. Like, moving on. So as you can see, this is working. We're siphoning off the cooling again, but we don't mind because we need to get this steam up. And I want to get it up quicker than that. So I'm actually going to, once again, go into the plumbing, the pipe, deconstruct, take that out. And we'll just dump some of this straight into here immediately. Now, the problem we've got is we're actually losing now because the volcano is being cooled down too much. So I will still let more steam come in, sorry, more liquid, as in water, come in here. Polluted, it doesn't matter, it's not going to make no difference. I'll still let it happen as it's doing so here. I don't know how much more, so I'm going to take a random guess. Like so. And then back over to the liquid pipe. And connect that back up there. And deconstruct that there. Only a little bit because I'm going to leave it in case we need to do it in the future. To be honest, I would actually be better to set up something to steal this liquid. But is that not even connected? Nope. That was clever. I think it needs to be insulated though. The purple is insulated. Yeah. Okay. So this has gone back to cooling this down. As you can see, it's working. There is still a vacuum there, which is good. And now, what sort of temperature we got in here? It's still 100 degrees, and that is bad. But honestly, I can make them go in there, right? So we can analyze this volcano to get an idea of when it's going to erupt next. Because it says erupt period for 73 seconds every 9,800 seconds. The active period is what we need, and the average output I don't really care about. But basically what we want to know is when is it going to erupt next. If this is going to prove that it's not going to work enough for us, i.e. we cooled that lava down really quick. I mean, it was 1600 degrees. We're now talking 1000. And we're getting to the point where the steam is getting really cold. And this obviously should be steam. But what we can do is dig here and start using the lava, the magma down here instead. The only problem with that is it's very dangerous. So what sort of temperature are we talking? 30. As long as we don't break this. Okay, so as I say dangerous, I'm already planning on them doing it, but so if I put that in there, and then I'm going to ignore that emergency thing for now, because we definitely don't need it as an emergency, but I can't be asked to turn off this as of yet. So then we can go priority 8 and make it all the same. And then we can dig out everything that's diggable. Like so. And they automatically clear off because they're not diggable. Perfect. And that doesn't break the silly temperatures, because from here it's 32 degrees, but this is 1300 degrees. So let's dig that out and see how we're going. Also, I'd like to have too much steam, because steam is the first rocket setup that we're going to be using. This is having a bad day. It's drowning itself, apparently. But that's a good thing, I suppose. What is minor volcano? You see... Yeah, it's the same again, but we can't... I could do with moving that, actually. Now, you can move them, though, can't you? Crap. You can actually move them. And then I could dump another volcano in here. But it's 900 degrees in there, and I really don't think that's the safest thing to do. So we're not going to just yet. I might as well dig that out as well. Is this all carbon dioxide down here? Yeah, that's a lot of carbon dioxide. Never mind. While I'm here, actually, I might as well try and do the same across here. All the way to there. Just level it out a bit, because if it's going to be an area where we can collect the carbon dioxide that's created from the base and all the duplicants, like so, and like so, and then what we're talking, this level, that's fine by me. Get that dug out as well when they get a chance. Make sure this is the same level. And then lastly, make sure that that is not... Yep, that's a problem. Okay. So, do not touch... This here is a problem. We need to get... this... very quickly built there. And also there. In fact, sod it. Let's just... try and do that. And I will cancel that end because we don't want to go that far over. So where it's red, you can see we're going to probably try and steal this heat, but I don't want a duplicant walking into heat of 1700 degrees because they don't melt in this game, but I mean, they'd be dead. So also, can I deconstruct? I don't understand why that's even there. So I've made that an emergency on purpose, so as they dig the hole, they're going to concentrate on keeping this floor down to stop this scalding from happening that is immediately happening. But it's happening because we've got bits of air that are transferring the heat from this abyssalite that's at silly temperatures from the magma. So we can and will do that. Now, what's happening over here? Because this is looking like... Did this erupt again? No, I don't think so. It's still making power, so it's doing its job. It's keeping temperature, so the steam turbines are at 50 degrees. Of course, they were stuck at 99, which stopped them working. The water is recycling. Yep. And the cooling system is working. Now, what I would like to do, just out of curiosity, is use something that I don't think I've ever actually used before, and that is a shut-off valve. So if I can find it, liquid shut-off, yes. And I'll explain this as I figure out where it's going to actually go. It can't go there, it has to be... Okay, it has to be here. So if I build that there, and then we connect this pipe to there, and to there, and then we can deconstruct everything in between it, right? Let them do that first. It's going to be a bit of loading going on, but we've also got liquid brine in there. Oh, that's because that's fine. I'll get somebody to go in there and sort that out. So, does that need power? Really? Okay, it does. That's weird, but fine, no problem. So we'll do that and power it with that cable. We then go onto the liquid and make sure that is now connected, and I think it will be shortly. Yep. And then prioritize everything around here as a 9 to make sure we're doing it. Now, what I want next is a temperature automation. Whoops, automation. And a temperature. Thermal sensor. Sensor green signal when ambient temperature enters a chosen range. Yes. I want this. And I want to make it out of steel just to make sure it doesn't melt on me. And I want it to go somewhere. Let's say there. Obviously they can't get there at the minute because it's blocked off, but... And then we should have enough steel to make the cable that's just going to go there. Right? I think so. And then they need to clean this mess up, obviously. So I'm going to let them finish all of the outside bits first. But it is already working because it's already shut off. So then I can now say, right, you're allowed in this room. Let's crack-a-lack on hoovering up this floor. But also, more importantly, getting this automated thermometer in. So there's just that to put in. I'm going to let them sweep the floor while I wait. They are burning to death again, but again, it's fine. As long as the red line don't hit the bottom, they survive. Okay, good. There we go. Block them again, so they're not allowed in there. Right. So the setup was quite simple. We're using this cooling loop to cool down the steam turbines, and it's working. Obviously, it stopped working now because we've turned it off. So what I want is to set this to send a green signal when the temperature is below, yeah, that's the one I want, below, let's say 70, oh, I can write it, that's even handier, 70 degrees. No. 55. Yes. Yes, I think that's what I want. So now what's happening is this liquid that's coming down, it's already stopped as you can see. This liquid is coming down and cooling the steam turbines to make sure they don't overheat. Now, what temperature are you at? Thermosensor 67. So a green signal when it's above 55. That's the one I want. Yes. So what's going to happen is this liquid now, the cooling liquid, is going to go through and cool down the steam turbines. When this room gets to about 55, I've already forgotten, I'm the one that did it, 55 degrees, which is nice and comfortable for that room, it will shut this off. And the reason behind that is that the liquid that we're using isn't renewable. It is in terms of we're not using up the liquid, but it isn't in fact that the liquid we're using is coming from this tank that's cold. So we're only using the cooling liquid to cool something when it needs cooling. When it's at the right temperature and it's cool enough, it will stop and therefore not waste the cold liquid. We don't want this room to be minus, as there's no need for it to be minus 3 degrees or whatever. All we need is for it to stop it from causing damage to the steam turbines. This volcano is about to erupt again, looking at that, so I'm going to cancel that straight away. When this erupts, we should see this water disappear, I hope. This steam will then thicken up, and these bars that you can see that are currently in the red or orange, because they're only producing 140 watts out of 850, should start to work. I don't know why they're digging like... What's wrong with this? Why they... Honestly, they're not the smartest group of duplicants I've ever had, I don't think. Let me just check there's no serious red coming through there. No, I mean, it is warm down there, but... Come on, volcano. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Obviously, all of this liquid is being recycled. The temperature's kicked in. And as you can see, the shut-off valve law is shutting off, on, and it's keeping this room at a decent temperature. These are dark orange. Actually, I'm going to make that a little bit lower. What's these saying now? Steam temperature is below 125 degrees. Yep, so at 125 degrees, the steam is no longer usable for a steam generator. And as you can see, it's just all hitting the 125 degrees mark now. But this volcano is definitely shaking, or it's twerking, whichever. But it is doing something, and it's about to go pop. And when it does... Right, seriously, who keeps suffocating, and why are you suffocating? Are these trapped? They're not very intelligent, are they, at all? So let's put some ladders. I mean, they can... Oh, no, they can't. Because... Let's put some ladders about to allow people to escape certain doom. Like so. And this allows them to escape when they need to escape. Again, we don't know when this is going to erupt. We just know it's about to erupt. Eruption period. So it only erupts for 73 seconds. So it doesn't erupt for very long, but it does throw out 120.5 kilos every second. So the math there. Yeah, I'm not doing that on screen because terrible, but it's good math anyway. We don't need to do that. If we go on rocketry, actually, do we already have the rocket platform? We do. And what do we need to build it? Iron or copper? I'm going to go with iron because copper is pretty soft, isn't it? So, and how big? Why are you not showing? There we go. So, oh, I'm not sure where to build this. What about there, and then one there? And I don't want them to be that high priority. Of course, I've played this before, but for those of you that haven't, when these launch, obviously they're going to be using steam, and the steam is actually exhausted. So when they take off, it leaves behind the steam at 200 degrees. So I'm doing it here so that there's the vacuum behind. So as they launch, the steam will disappear into the space. You can be smarter than me, and do it in a room and then cool the steam down and reuse it. But we've got plenty of liquid, I think. I'm not worried about that. So we'll just let them get that build in. Once they're built, we'll sort this out a bit better. Of course, I do want to take out all of this as well so that it's flat across here to maybe have 4 rocket launch pads. Should be enough. Did this erupt because the liquid's vanished? I'm going to say no because, to be honest, let's speed it up a little bit while we check these unlocked blueprints. I keep forgetting to do this because it's a new thing. So we've got magma wedge. Oh, so you can make polka dot wallpaper. Okay, fair enough. And the next one is crisp eggplant atmospheric suit. It really emphasises wide shoulders, and it's nifty in terms of its rarity. I'm not sure if this is going to erupt in time, and we are getting to the point now where I was going to end the episode. We've been going nearly an hour according to my timer, so I did what I wanted to do and created a large episode for the 30th episode in celebration. So what I'm actually going to do is make sure that this does erupt in this episode. So I'm going to shut up here and allow this to do its thing, and we'll end with the volcano erupting. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it very much. If there's anything you would like to say to me, please leave it in the comments. If you like the video, please click like. Take care. Goodbye.